Hi, boys and girls. I've been busy today cleaning my house, and I just got back from a walk with my husband because it's been an absolutely gorgeous day. And just thought that I would take a chance to continue reading Beezus and Ramona. I didn't read, I read about 8 minutes last time, so I'm going to read a little bit more of chapter 5. If you remember last time I was reading, Ramona was talking about having a party. And so they knew something was up. And so I'm just going to continue for just a little bit. And so let's see what happens with Ramona and Beezus this time. Okay, so I'm continuing in chapter 5. Again, the story is Beezus and Ramona, written by Beverly Cleary. And because obviously I did not write this story, but it's one of my very favorites. It says, Beezus glanced out the window and quickly switched off the vacuum cleaner. 4 small children were coming up the front walk through the rain. A car stopped in front of the house and 3 children climbed out. 2 more were splashing across the street. Mother, cried Beezus. Come here, quick. Ramona wasn't pretending. Mother appeared in the living room just as the doorbell rang. One side of her hair was up in pin curls, and the other side hung wet and dripping on the towel around her neck. Oh my goodness, she exclaimed when she understood the situation. That explains Mrs. Kemp's phone call. Ramona, how could you? I wanted to have a party, explained Ramona. I invited everybody yesterday. Now, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, what parent is going to let kids come over to a house if you've not checked with mom and dad? Always, don't ever do this. Ramona was not doing the right thing, and moms and dads know that they need to check before they just drop kids off. Say the doorbell rang again, and this time long and hard. I'm going to say my husband is out mowing our grass, so hopefully that makes it not too bad for us to hear. There was the sound of many rubber boots jumping up and down on the porch. Mother, we just can't have a party with our wet hair, wailed Beezus. Remember, wailed means that she was crying. What else can we do? Mother sounded desperate. They're here, and we can't very well send them home. Their mothers have probably planned to shop or something while we look after them. And I'm going to stop just for a second. Let's see. My husband is going by my window. I tell you what. Ramona struggled with the doorknob and managed to open the heavy front door. Mrs. Kemp stopped her car in front of the Quimby's, and Howie and Willa Jean hopped out. I'll pick them up at 4, she called gaily. I'm so glad to have a chance to get out and do some shopping. Mother smiled weakly and looked at all the children on the porch. Where do you suppose she found them all? Whispered Beezus. I don't even know some of them. All right, children, Mother spoke firmly. Leave your wet boots and raincoats on the porch. I've got a party, sang Ramona happily. Beezus, who had plenty of experience with Ramona and her boots, knew where she was needed. She started pulling off boots and unbuttoning rain jackets. What on earth shall we do with them on a day like this? Whispered Mother. Beezus grabbed a muddy boot. Hold still, she said firmly to its owner. They'll expect refreshments, she said. Refreshments are like drinks and snacks. Okay, I know, sighed Mother. You'll have to put on your coat and run down to the market. Oh, no, you can't go out in this rain with your wet hair. Mother tugged at another boot. I'll have to see what I can find in the kitchen. Beezus and her mother herded, that means they moved the wiggling, squealing crowd into the front bedroom and went to work removing jackets, sweaters, caps, and mittens. In between, Beezus pulled 3 children out of the closet, dragged one out from under the bed, and snatched her mother's bottle of best perfume from another. All right, everybody out of here, Beezus ordered. When the last mitten was removed and her mother had hurried into the kitchen, we'll go into the living room and do something, she finished lamely. Ramona, bring some of your toys out of the room. of your room. Bingo bongo bye, shouted Howie just to make some noise. Bingo bongo bye. The others joined in with great delight. It was such a nice, noisy thing to yell. Bingo bongo bye, they screamed at the top of their voices as they scampered into the living room. Bingo bongo bye. Howie grabbed the vacuum cleaner, turned on the switch, and charged across the room. I'll suck you up, he shouted. I'll suck everybody up in the vacuum cleaner. Bingo bongo bye, shouted the others above the roar of the vacuum cleaner. One little girl began to cry. I don't want to be sucked up in the vacuum cleaner, she sobbed. Willa Jean looked bulgy because of the diapers and plastic pants under her overalls, clung to a chair, and wept. In the olden days, the diapers were made of cloth. They were made of material. Instead of being plastic like they are today, they actually were made of cloth. And then they would take a plastic like pants and put over it so that you didn't get your clothes wet. When I was a baby, that's the kind of diapers I had to wear. And so now they have plastic diapers, which lots of people like a lot better. Okay, Ramona appeared with her arms full of toys, but no one paid any attention to them. The vacuum cleaner was much more fun. I want to push the vacuum cleaner, screamed Susan, who lived in the next block. Ramona offered Susan her panda bear, but Susan did not want it. Ramona hit Susan with the panda. You take my bear, she ordered. This is my party, and you're supposed to do what I say. I don't want your old bear, answered Susan. Beezus tried to grab the vacuum cleaner, but Howie was too quick for her. The room was getting uncomfortably hot, so Beezus darted to the thermostat to turn down the heat. Then she dashed to the other side of the room and disconnected the vacuum cleaner at the wall. I mean, she unplugged it. It died with a noisy groan. Suddenly, everyone was quiet, waiting to see what would happen. So here's a picture of Ramona bringing her toys. Okay. Hey, protested Howie, you can't do that. Beezus frantically tried to think of some way to keep 15 small children busy and out of mischief. At least she thought there were 15. They didn't stand still long enough to be counted. Where's the party? One little boy asked. Ramona appeared with more toys, which she dumped on the floor. This time she brought a drum. Howie quickly lost interest in the vacuum cleaner and grabbed the drum. She grabbed the vacuum cleaner and shoved it into the hall closet while Howie began to beat the drum. I'm leading a parade, he said. You are not, contradicted Ramona. She means she doesn't agree with him. This is my party. Susan snatched a pink plastic horn and tooted it. I'm in the parade too, she said. I want to be in the parade. I want to be in the parade, cried the others. That was it. They could play parade. Beezus ran to the bedroom and found a whistle and a couple of horns left over from a Halloween party. What else could be used in a parade? Flags, of course. But what could she use for flags? Beezus thought fast. She gathered up 2 yardsticks and several rulers. Then she ran to the front bedroom and snatched some of her father's handkerchiefs from a drawer. Handkerchief is like, in the olden days, they would use those as Kleenexes, actually, and then they would be washed every time. She had to move fast before the children grew tired of the idea. I want to be in the parade, screamed the children. Mother, help me, cried Beezus. Somehow, Beezus and her mother got father's handkerchiefs tied to the sticks and distributed to the children who did not have noisemakers. Howie banged the drum. Follow me, he ordered, beginning to march. The others followed, blowing whistles, tooting horns, and waving flags. No, screamed Ramona, who wanted to be the boss of her own party. You wanted a party, Mother reminded her. If your guests want to play parade, you'd better join them. Ramona scowled. She's frowning. But she took a flag and joined the parade rather than to be left out entirely at her own party. Playing parade was a wonderful idea. Mother smiled at Beezus. I hope it lasts. So do I, Beezus agreed. Bingo bongo bye, yelled the flag wavers. Howie led the parade, including a sulky Ramona out of the living room, down the hall, through the kitchen and dining room, and back into the living room again. Willa Jean toddled along at the end of the procession. Beezus was afraid the parade might break up, but all the children appeared to be delighted with the game. Into the bedroom they marched and out again. Beezus opened the basement door. Down the steps, Howie led the parade. Willa Jean had to go down the steps backwards on her hands and knees 3 times around the furnace, marched the parade, and up the steps again before Willa Jean was halfway down. Okay, so this is a picture of them marching. I'm trying to get it so that's better in the picture. There we go. And you can tell in the picture that Ramona, who's right here in front, I'm not sure, oh, wrong side, right here in front, she is mad because they're not doing what she wants to do. I guess she'll think about having a party the next time, huh?